Hello, welcome to Tonsil Hockey, and we are in the third section of our wrap up and coverage of the OC for the same generation. Really, isn't it? It's the OC again for the OC generation. It's off campus. We're so excited to be here. Olga, how the hell are you?
I'm feeling my puck bunny best. I think it's the gayest I've ever looked.
It's like, honestly, I'm so into you. I'm confused. I'm like, we're supposed to be the same part. You've switched puzzle pieces. What's happening? I'm so confused.
And I'm loving this. I'm loving it's a new me. It's a new me.
I feel like you would never call again.
No.
Yeah.
I'm too busy smoking a cigar.
My
hands are full of cigars. I can't text back.
You would ask me my name after we'd had sex at another party, and I'd be like, I'm going to kill you. Yeah. Oh my God, how nice. What's up with you in sport this week? Any news?
I will say, and this is going to be coming out after we find out what how this resolves. And I'm still living in hope.
We should date the podcast, by the way. As we record last night, there was a World Cup game, and it's also hotter than 1,000 suns in London. So last night, who played?
Scotland played Brazil.
So proud of you for knowing that.
And they lost.
Do you know what sport?
It's anyone's guess. It's anyone. I'm assuming hockey, because it's the only sport I know. And they lost 3-0.
It's actually a gayer sport than hockey. You're not going to believe it. It's men's soccer.
Huh?
Yeah. You should see the hairdos. These men spend what I can only assume is all of their millions on hair and little diamond earrings. It's
and is
so
it
gay.
True that when one of them scores a goal, they all pile on top of each other and then they hug and then they kiss as well?
Sometimes they prepared a dance routine. And I just want to be clear. Sometimes they've practiced pretending to surf. Which, by the way, it turns out if you do on a football pitch, just makes you look like you're weeing yourself. But anyway. But yes, last night, very good. Scotland played Brazil.
Okay, they lost 3-0, but I was assured that there is still actually a 38% chance they will make it out of the group stages because the top 8 out of the bottom 12 make it through the group stages.
Because for the first time ever, 48 teams are playing in the Men's World Cup instead of 32. Some are describing it as baggy, sure. But 38% for Scotland to still make it out of the group stages. So your husband's Scottish.
Yes, and I'm Scottish by marriage and therefore also delusional.
Yeah, amazing. You have to, I think the thing is, there's a certain kind of hope amidst darkness you have to learn when the winters are that long.
Listen, can I say something?
So let him have it.
Can I say something right now? Very quickly, a close friend of mine, Barbie, who you might meet at the wedding.
Sorry, if there's a woman called Barbie at your wedding, I will be finding her. Yeah. Shout
out Barbie. So she went the sort of like bank analyst route after university, and
Barbie and I may have less in common than I'd hoped.
But basically they all have to take some sort of exam. I guess it's in America. I don't remember the name of this sort of, I guess like an accounting exam or something. And the thing that she said was like the coolest thing to do is to be so confident of all the correct answers is that you get some of them wrong on purpose and then get just the score to pass. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the flex, to be so confident that you're like, I'm passing with 88% because I got some of them wrong on purpose because that's how confident I am and how correct I am. Do you see what I'm saying here?
I don't. I now think Barbie and I won't get on.
I don't think she did it, but I think she was telling me that, like, that's the flex in that community.
Is to purposely get some answers wrong.
Yes, so you get just the passing score. It's
cool.
The
excuses people will make to not get 100%.
Ha!
Just be the best in the class.
But what I'm saying is I think that's what Scotland's doing.
Oh yeah, you think that
bare minimum.
They were trolling Brazil when they lost them. Obviously they could beat Brazil. Obviously they would have beaten Morocco. But it's funnier. It's cooler not to. Okay, yeah, that's wicked.
Do you have any sports news you'd like to cover?
Only to say that when it is this hot, stop it. Stop it. I'm sorry. I know this isn't technically a sport. Well, I guess it is. But I mean, I run. I love to run. I need to run. I am itching to run when it's hot. Yeah. But I'm not running because
I've never met a woman who's running away from more things.
Oh my God, yeah. Honestly, the tiny thread I'm holding on by is dependent on me running at least 25k a week. Like, that is a fact. I know this about myself. But that said, stop it. I went for a run on Monday, which is the last time it was under 30 degrees. And it was 28 degrees when I went for a run. And it was, I was like, this is unbearable. I'm walking down here and all I can see are men running. And honestly, I'm just thinking, what a waste of ER doctors' time. Because all of you are going to end up there this week. Just stop it. Go in the shade, drink some water. We're too pale of a people. Can we just recognize
Go to a pure gym. I don't care.
Go to a pub. Have a drink. Like, the English will take their tops off and drink outside when it's 21 degrees. It goes 36. They're like, we must carry on. What?
Yeah.
Why?
It's like wading through custard. Like, no one's going to give you a medal for it.
Yeah, it's so weird. So my main thing on sport is stop that now. Please. But also, I am loving the football. I watch the highlights of every match with my breakfast. I have my little Weetabix and Ellen and I watch together. It's very fun. And
Haiti versus Morocco seemed to be a very eventful game. They kept tying, which was very exciting.
It was really fun. And also, the England game, though bad, I think means the next English game is going to be fun. Because
it was a boring football game, but it was a fantastic MMA match. See? You don't think outside the box.
Yeah, you got to think of it in those terms. Jed is still will be my number one. I don't know if you saw the BBC cutaway when
Who's Jed?
He is a player for England who was the only person who didn't shake the hand of a many times accused sexual assault.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And that man hasn't been proven guilty, but there are so many allegations against him that it was an interesting choice, I would say, to bring him given he's in court.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but I was like, that's a good man. Also, Jed happens to be, and it's a separate point, very hot. So I'm glad.
You know who's hot? Declan
I'm glad he's
Rice.
our champion. Fuck off.
That's
no,
a bit
he's
of all
not.
right. That's
no.
a bit of all right.
I
That's a
actually
bit of all right.
hate that you said
That's
that.
a bit of me. Isn't he Irish?
Oh, he's Irish when it suits him, Olga. I'll tell you that much. He's Irish when it suits him. He's Irish when he can't get on the English team and he wants to play for us. And then he's not Irish anymore, it turns out, when it's not quite up to standard. Declan Rice can get fucked. Apart from how loyal he is to his charming wife, and I think that's nice, and I'm sorry that she got so much abuse online, but we will not bring his Irishness into the case in his favour, and he's certainly not hot. What is up with you and weird pale Celt? That's just not right.
Okay, my husband's name is Ewan McAdam.
Yeah, I know, you say that actually. Just as I said it, I was like, this is actually, of course he's your type. Of course he's your type. He's like a slim build, sort of like lovely waifish pale man.
My type in men is a man I could plausibly beat in combat, in hand-to-hand combat.
That's nice.
It's not threatening.
That's actually
also,
really nice.
Give the Scottish team a medal for playing in 33-degree heat. For being in 33
Just for being outside, guys. Yeah, that must have been like a first time for a lot of them.
100%.
Christ.
They went out and they're like, you want us to do what?
Huh? Are we in Brazil now? Did we come through the wrong tunnel? What's happened here? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, wow, we actually talked about sport for longer than I expected. I'm really proud of us. You want to tell me about episode 5 of Off Campus?
All right. Okay. We're here.
I'm so sorry. Just before we do that, do you want to tell me your horniest moment of the week?
And it can't be the existence of Declan Rice.
I will kill you. No. It cannot.
Okay, then I wasn't horny then. Then this
Fine.
week I just happened to know. No, I'll tell you.
Fine, you weren't horny this week. There you go.
I went and saw an all-female production of Glenn Ross that my husband calls Glengarry Girl Boss at the Old Vic. And while The Guardian gave it 2 stars, I loved it. It was a good time.
Is Indira in that? Indira Varma? Is
Maybe.
Did I imagine that she's
It
in
could
that? I think
be.
she is in that, and she's so hot. She's
I thought all the ladies were acting their little hearts out. It's a great play. It's an hour and a half with no intermission.
Correct.
That's what I like.
Correct.
That's what that gave 5 stars to that.
I do think, I completely agree. I'm with you. I think plays and football, just do it in 90 minutes and be done.
Yeah.
What is all this extra business? Yeah, I do agree. We don't need an interval. That's just time to leave.
No.
We're such comics. I just can't get behind a play.
Tighten it up.
Come on. We're the jokes, man.
How about you?
Oh my god, except Relics, which I saw last night at
What's
Lyric
Relics?
Hammersmith. It is Sally Phillips and yours and my favourite girl, Charlie Clive, are in a
great.
play, and it's brilliant. And it's 2 halves, and I didn't mind it. I wanted to go back in and find out what went on, actually. And Charlie's just so good in it.
Oh, great. Go see theater.
Yeah. Yeah, except
It's like a
the bad-
movie in 3D.
Yeah, it's just like a movie, except you're there. I don't.
You're in the movie.
We're getting better at explaining sport than we are theater. Who knew? 16-year-old me would never have guessed. All right, let's talk about episode 5.
All right, so we're back in Briar University, which is in a nondescript
Is
location
it
in
called
New
Briar
England.
University? Well, I've got to start paying more attention.
It's Briar University. It's driving distance from Cape Cod. We know that. That we know.
Yeah, and also
New York, I guess? Driving distance as well?
It's also always seemingly quite warm, but it's an ice hockey epicenter. We don't know. It doesn't matter. Go on.
Okay, I think the episode 5, one of the biggest issues I have with the entire series is the pacing. We spent 4 episodes begging these people to get together, and once they do, much like the well-used montage sequence of Heated Rivalry, all we get is a montage of them being happy, and then it gets hard.
Oh my god, that's so true.
So it's like 4 episodes of like get together, and then our reward is what, 2 minutes of a supercut of her having her pussy eaten,
You're so right. And the G-Flip song.
and the G-Flip song.
Which, Bet on Fire, why not? But you're so right. We get barely anything. And then
Give
it's
me
like,
one episode of them like her being introduced as his girlfriend for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Or her mom telling her mom that she has a boyfriend. Like, there's so much fun, exciting honeymoon period stuff that they could have showed us, and all we got was a montage.
Wow, you're so right.
Sorry.
No, you're dead
So,
right. I agree.
We do see we
I hadn't picked up on it, so it's a very interesting observation.
we see the montage. Sorry, they kiss. Obviously, they kiss because we left them off after she serenaded him. I'll let 10 things I hate about you.
They walk towards each other. It goes to credits.
Yeah.
Come back in, they kiss.
Yes, and then they clarify the terms as that they are for real boyfriend and girlfriend. Again, there's nothing hard.
Yeah. They're not even pretending anymore. Woohoo!
Done. So what do we have in the montage? He's flicking her bean. They cook together. He goes down on her. It's very her pleasure first, which I did enjoy.
I like
She's
it.
definitely coming. If orgasm was a question mark in the previous episodes, it's a huge all exclamation mark now.
True.
Then my highlight, he does the ad for Liquid IV with his boys. A scene that Catherine Bohart did not watch.
Genuinely forgot. Is Liquid IV my episode 3 from Heated Rivalry? I just can't watch it or make it go in. I'm like,
Honestly, I think you've developed some sort of like ad blindness, which I think is a skill that is admirable.
Yeah, that's true.
You're a good socialist.
Maybe I'm just like, God, that's so bleak. I was just going to say something really tragic, which is I'm just so sick of wanting things I can't have.
This is not a sound effect podcast, but I think that needs a wah, wah, wah. Charlie, do we have budget for one of those, like morning zoo radio show keyboards? That would be great. Okay, he's going down on her. They're watching Dirty Dancing. He's teaching her to skate. Again, this could be an episode.
Yeah, that's true. They could have given us their cottage moment, but no, they made it a montage. You're right.
Yeah. Again, just that's a note from me. Then she FaceTimes
I'm sorry,
her
that
mom.
was the sound of my iced coffee, and it just can't be good podcasting. Go on.
Again, we're now a Foley podcast.
Yes.
FaceTimes her mom, and then you're like, oh, is there going to be some conflict in that? Like, is Gary going to be weird about telling her mom that they're dating? No, he's not going to be weird about it. Everything is so easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
Yeah. Is he going to have a single feeling about the fact that his mom isn't someone they can call? Nope.
No, not yet. No feelings just now.
Straight men are not complicated, apparently.
And then it's like, would Garrett have weird feelings about her still working with Justin on the song? No, he's totally supportive of it. It's
He's
all fine.
Yeah.
There is no tension. And then basically the plan is that Hannah and Garrett stay in Garrett's off-campus house, and all of them together have John Tucker cook them a gorgeous Thanksgiving meal.
Because, to be fair, John Tucker's vibe is that the kitchen is his domain, and he does seem to like to cook.
May I say, John Tucker must fry. Come on! Come on! Episode name? Producer Charlie is not happy. He literally fries a turkey in this episode.
Come on. I'll do the sound effects. It's really good. I thought that was amazing. I loved it.
Oh, God. Okay, but then Garrett asks Hannah to come to Thanksgiving at his house. All right. Alarm
He's
bells?
like, would you like to have a fun group hang where we all have delicious food and we all hang out in our lovely cozy house? Or would you like to come to, like, the Jerry Springer show? It's at my house. It's like, oh, no, dude. No, she doesn't want to do that. She doesn't want to go to Dr. Phil. That man makes her uncomfortable.
It's true. I mean, the house also so sparsely decorated. You're like, have you just moved in? There's a lot of
it's crazy
questions marks there. Ewan at this point says it's getting a bit Riverdale.
Yes.
We have just used
You know
Riverdale's
what?
name in vain.
But also, Ewan's classy input in his absence is just, it's gorgeous. He's always right on the money. I'll take a comment from you and every time, sure.
But we also have quite a heavy reveal from Hannah here about how she sadly got sexually assaulted by a guy who was a hockey player in her high school, who was also the mayor's son, and that nobody believed her.
That part is horrific.
It was awful.
The lack of belief. I mean, I know it's such a commonplace in experience around sexual assault, but it's like the double whammy is pretty horrific.
And I think now we're sort of putting together that the guy that
she has been seeing, thinking she's seen.
Exactly, may have been that guy. And when Allie says that Hannah doesn't accept drinks because it's her friend who got roofied, it may be that it was Hannah that was. So quite heavy stuff. Then we switch to the Thanksgiving plans that are happening in the off-campus house. And it's clear that they're using whatever hockey scholarship money they have on yams, sweet potatoes, turkey, marshmallows, the lot.
I think it's actually, I found that whole scene very endearing.
It becomes the bear.
It really...
It becomes FX's The Bear.
You're
for
right.
a bit.
It does.
And
imagine Jeremy Allen White on off campus. Just get together. Stop getting out of my kitchen. Clean up this house. He wouldn't know whether to be a frat boy or in charge, or it's like, oh God, his energy would be off. But I think I'd love it, and also, Allie would fancy the pants off him.
And you know what? If there was a person I would sort of entrust with giving me an orgasm,
oh yeah. It would be a case of, yes, chef. I think, yes. Mm-hmm. I agree.
He'd amuse my bush.
Hello? Guys.
Maybe not.
I liked it.
Okay,
Amuse bush, I liked it. That was good stuff.
I really, really appreciate it.
I don't think you're getting enough today.
Thank
Honest
you.
to God, if I had my little keyboard, I'd have been like, "Eyo," or something. You know, it would be fun.
That's so
What are the sound effects?
Bring it to my wedding.
I'll just do them.
We
It's
kiss,
fine.
you go pew, 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 pew.
Yes.
That actually happened at the Two Hearts wedding. The Two Hearts wedding, when they kissed, there was a DJ doing
That's
stings.
incredible.
That was really, really fun. All right, guys, come on, focus.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Garrett and Hannah come to Garrett's house. She brings key lime pie, and his dad is there with his new fiance called Cindy.
Yeah. Why are they always called Cindy? It's fine. That's not her fault.
It's tense. It's a little bit of tense. It's a little tense. They go see Garrett's childhood bedroom, where it's kind of like a shrine to his dad.
It's full of his dad's merch and like hockey memorabilia, and it barely looks like he ever lived there. And there's a sweet picture of his mom, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And yeah, the energy is everyone's doing that thing that you do at family holidays where you're trying to be careful and formal and normal, and it's off. It's kind of uncanny stuff. Yeah.
Because you're all just sort of pretending like you're a normal family, and then you're realizing that you were never a normal family.
No.
You're doing an impression of a Kevin James sitcom.
Are we not all doing an impression of a family?
Yeah.
I feel like we are all of us are just going like,
This is something that we do.
Christmas. Let's go. Okay.
Okay, this is probably the most vulnerable thing I've ever admitted on a podcast, but I have tried to start a family group chat about 3 or 4 times because I was like, well, people do WhatsApp group chats, right? So I will add my whole family and I send a picture and be like, hey, and then they kill it. And every now and then I'll start a new one to be like, maybe
When you say
now.
they kill it, like they don't answer?
They just don't text in it.
That's so sad. Will I tell you the absolute opposite?
Please.
Which is that so many family groups iterations have we had because my mom loves to add the girlfriends too. That my dad last week messaged in the wrong family group twice, at which point my brother was like, right. And then my brother starts removing us all from that group so that my dad can't make the same mistake, and I just see him removing my ex-girlfriend. And it's not the first time it's happened. So listen, on the one hand, I'm sorry you don't have a family group chat. On the other hand, I've seen many a girlfriend have to be removed, or we were doing so many new versions of the name as well. It's now like family talk chat group, family catch up group, family group with girlfriend
_final. For real this time.
No breakups, no divorces, no take backsies.
Oh God, that's funny.
So just take heart in that.
All right. So then, basically, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's the Garrett and Hannah storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the Allie got. Okay, look at your face.
I'm so happy with this
Allie
storyline.
is claiming to be at her family's house in New York.
Mm-hmm. She is.
She is for a
She is.
bit,
Yeah, she's there.
for a second.
Yeah, she's there.
And she claims to have taken a bus there.
Yeah.
When in reality, she took a car share with a guy called Bo,
Mm-hmm.
who I can't tell if he's gay or not, or a hockey player or not.
He's
I
a
thought
hockey player, and I think we're supposed to believe he's straight. I don't believe it.
I think Bo is a gay hockey player, but they're like, oh, in heated rivalry, you have to hide this. Not here.
Yeah.
Not off campus.
I think that he is secretly gay, and he's pretending to be straight, and he's always loved Dean, but he's doing his best to just be his friend.
Okay, well, someone's on AO3.
No,
Someone's cracking their knuckles.
No,
on
sorry,
AO3.
I just watched with my human eyes, and that's what I saw. I'll get to that in episode 6. Carry on with episode 5,
I had
please.
just assumed that a man singing show tunes for like 3
You were
or 4
skipping
hours.
too far ahead.
Oh God! Okay.
That's the next episode.
Oh, is it in the next
Yeah.
episode? Oh, sorry, I forgot. Whoop, sorry. Alex, no.
Nobody's listening to half this episode because they haven't listened to episode 6. You're fine.
Okay, fine. Allie is in New York with her family.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, Dean is no longer in the off-campus house, and because he's in New York as well. And then Garrett is obviously celebrating Thanksgiving with his own dad, and so it's
Celebrating
John Tucker,
feels like a stretch, but yeah.
and then so it's only John Tucker and Logan, who are in the off-campus house, and John Tucker's like, I literally have, I want to say, like.
A whole freaking turkey.
An entire turkey, like so much food,
Mhm.
but then people show up, and then it's like more people show up.
He suddenly goes from having too much food to being a bit of a loaves and a fishes situation.
Yeah.
Every stray on campus rocks up to their house.
It's
because
giving
they've all
Model United Nations.
Yes.
They're like from every cross section.
If you mean they're compensating for the lack of diverse casting in this one scene, yeah, it is giving that. It is. Go on. Oh, let's get. Oh shit! Could we do a group scene? Yeah.
Just apropos of nothing, there are people from Thailand here.
Yeah. And was always the plan.
They were just out of shot the entire time.
Yeah. Couldn't you hear them in the background? Crazy.
Oh God. They try to deep fry a turkey on a hockey stick,
Yes, they do.
but they forget to pat it.
Pat it down.
I didn't know that was going to be a disaster, but obviously my husband, who's a really good cook, was like screaming into a pillow.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, no, you can't be putting water into oil in that hot oil in that way.
And then you can't put it out with water either, can you?
No.
You have to use foam or whatever.
you have to use an extinguisher, yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Kind of like that fire that started in Glasgow Queen Street. Remember that?
No, but wow, what a dark segue.
Oh wait, Glasgow Queen Street burned down because a vape shop got set on fire because of a battery
and
fire.
they couldn't put it out.
They were trying to put it out with water. And the vape shop was called, wait for this, Inferno. That's crazy. But also, as a Catholic, you're like, you asked for it.
No!
I don't think anybody died.
Don't put words in my mouth. I hope not. Jesus Christ.
But so many vapes gone to waste.
The point is, I hope
best
you
smelling
better
fire
have
in
paused your episode of Off Campus to take a moment for the vape shop. Go on. That's Olga's point, I think.
I'm sorry. I'm just dotting around this episode. Okay. Then there's another subplot, whereas Jules and John Logan are throwing marshmallows at each other, stealing marshmallows, but then it turns out that that's something that has some sort of symbolic meaning to their family Thanksgiving because their mom, who's really unwell and in rehab, is spending Thanksgiving alone. I simply, with all due respect for this fictional character, do not care.
That part I really was like, who cares? Just get on with it. There's another one of those later on where they've misjudged how much we care about the characters. In episode 8, we'll get to it. But yes, this one I was like, okay.
Yeah, call me a cold-hearted bitch, but it's like you didn't even hire an actress to play the mom, so you're having me empathize with someone who's just a cloud.
Yeah, it's like telling me Hayden's kids have a cold. I'm like, I can't help you with that. I don't know about that. I simply couldn't imagine it. Yeah, it's too long. It's too much. It's too much. Agreed?
Okay. Then things go south because it's very clear that Garrett is having sort of flashbacks to living in that house while his mom was still alive. It was clear that sadly his mom was getting she was a victim of domestic abuse from Garrett's dad, and also that the dad hit Garrett as well.
Yeah, and what becomes horribly clear amidst this dinner is that it's nothing's changed with Cindy, and
Because it's clear that Garrett's dad is also hitting Cindy.
yeah,
And
it's so awful.
it's absolutely horrific. There's this like I as I said last time, it's like when the tropes are not real, I don't feel anything. But when the sort of, I guess, quote unquote tropes are real, I think it's very, very well done.
It's really impactful.
And I do think that this storyline is done very well because you could see where Garrett is coming from, and he's trying to protect this woman that he doesn't know. But then you can also see Cindy being as a woman in that situation, thinking that this is a one-off or this is going to be different, and you can't blame him and you can't blame her, but it's such a horrific situation.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. He understandably, and I think it like also speaks to his age, is like you just leave, you gotta just leave. And yeah, the reasons victims don't leave is for multitudinous reasons that make them feel like they can't, but it was awful, but it was also very well done. And I thought he acted it really well, actually.
Yeah. I think, again, something that we keep saying about all things big and small, the emotional intelligence these boys are displaying.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Is like beyond their age.
Yeah. Well, that's because they're being played by 29-year-olds. Yeah. Yeah, and it's being written by 40-year-old women, and thank you to them, I assume.
Hats off.
Yeah.
Hats.
I'm loving it.
I bet you are. I bet you are. Basically, I think we can confirm that this is a huge tonal shift from let's fake date and then.
Yeah. I completely. Oh my God, that's so true. It goes from like Gilmore Girls energy at most, emotional depth wise, to Riverdale, One Tree Hill in the later series, sort of telenovela, intense, serious, dark stuff.
Yeah, I'm having whiplash. I'm having whiplash. Garrett and Hannah leave. They like stop on the side of the road. Garrett obviously is terrified of turning into his own dad. Again, all very valid, but it's just like I thought the tonal shift is jarring as hell.
Yeah. And then I think to heated rivalry in the fact that Ilya's mother's suicide is quite a big actually theme, and I realized that we are in like romantasy and YA, and I should have seen it coming.
This is true. You only have yourself to blame.
I don't know why I thought it would be light and fluffy. Of course they're going to put in some issues.
Yeah. And the heartwarming wrap up is that while the turkey is inedible, it's a perfect thing, a perfect puck to play hockey with. Does that upset you?
I cannot be the only one who watched it and thought, the turkey died for this? It's so disrespectful. I was like, sorry, you can't just whack the carcass around of an animal because you've overcooked it. Sorry,
That's such an odd line.
Too vegetarian.
Such an odd line to
No,
draw.
I wouldn't have cooked it, but I think if you're going to cook it, get it right.
To eat it is one thing, but to play hockey with it, that's barbaric.
I think they're both grim, but yeah, I do. I think have a little respect. It's why it always annoys me when I see meat cooked badly, because I'm like, come on.
Okay.
Something died for that.
Yeah,
you're going to do it.
Do it right.
Yeah.
Do it right. Well, the boys play hockey with the turkey carcass. Then we've got Hannah and Garrett who go to Malone's and eat cold turkey sandwiches because they have each other. That's very, very sweet.
Yes.
Then it turns out that Hannah took the photo of Garrett and his mom from his bedroom. And this, timeline-wise, would have presumably happened before the confrontation with Cindy.
Mm-hmm.
So did she just steal the photo?
Yeah.
Okay. Just girlfriend things.
Sure. Why not?
Just girlfriend things.
But don't you think, I think she would have done that. I think she just knows that, like, it's difficult for him to not necessarily always go back to that house, and he doesn't go there that often, so might as well take it for him.
Sure. And then at the very end, all the four boys FaceTime with each other because it's very, very sweet, and they want to wish a happy Thanksgiving to each other. And what is revealed is that when Dean picks up the FaceTime from his bed, he's not the only one in his bedroom. Who else is there, babes?
Woo! Yeah. I'm so excited.
I also have a note here that says the guy reading Little Women. I'm assuming it's one of the guests at the Thanksgiving dinner, but we love a performative male.
That's so funny. That's amazing. Oh my God, wow. Okay, you know what? the amount of women we've had to watch written by men, it's a thrill to watch men written by women.
This is true.
It's just a thrill. I love that men.
I have
writing
no
women
interest
are
in
like,
reading Philip Roth, and
Yeah.
I hate the misrepresentation.
It's just so nice. Let's talk about episode 6 then, because Dean, you're right, hangs up and Ali's there, and we cut to a montage explaining how they got themselves into this little predicament. And this is a montage I fucking love.
Okay.
Because you'll remember Ali gets drunk at the night that they're out. She goes to sleep on the sofa in the frat house or in the off-campus house, and who comes in mere moments later except little Dean? But what's he? He's still a scamp, so he's brought 2 girls. What's he like? And he gets in there and they fall over onto the sofa, and Ali's there and he's like, whoa, what are you, stalking me? And anyway, their energy puts off these 2 women who are there for a threesome. They leave together. Hot stuff.
Yeah, if you thought that this was some sort of gross male gaze threesome where the 2 non-gay girls were trying to be sexy for the guy, well, you were wrong, because the girls were more into each other than they were into Dean in the first
Yeah,
place.
exactly. They basically only picked him up because he looks like a lesbian from behind and from the front and from the side. I don't know from below, but probably. Anyway, the point is,
They did pick him up in the women's bathroom. So.
it's so funny, so funny. And so instead of hooking up, which I actually thought was going to happen in that moment, so I thought it was cooler that it didn't, he takes a spliff because even though he's an incredibly serious athlete who probably would be tested, that's not relevant and important. They just go outside and they smoke weed and they talk. And he's like, so you are breaking up with your boyfriend, which because he overheard her monologue in the bathroom. And unlike her pesky boyfriend who has practical needs probably and like some financial concerns, Dean, who doesn't really know this girl, is willing to buy into her dream, which I really do like. It's actually very nice.
And what is
and
one
what
of
is
the
her dream? What is her dream? Don't you dare! Don't you dare! And what
Say it.
is Ali's dream? Oh, she wants to be in love, but she doesn't want that love to hold her back from taking a show to Edinburgh.
I screamed. That was caps lock in my notes.
I had to pause to be like, you cannot be in love and in Edinburgh.
I came in being like, yeah, not to brag, but I have lived your dream about 6 or 7 times.
I don't want my love to
And I have the negative bank account to show for.
I don't want to stop me doing things like taking a show to Edinburgh or working my ass off on Broadway as if they're comparable. Girl, if Broadway calls, take it. Take it. Don't go to Edinburgh. So sweet, so American. So sweet, so American. Loved it. What a nice thing to be thought of.
Yeah.
But then maybe what must it be like to be in a place like Edinburgh when you look like someone like that? The Americans must come and be like, bloody hell. Where are they not taking vitamins?
Oh, you mean Americans looking at locals?
Yeah, just at us, at all of us horrible clients. Like I once did a gig in Oslo,
Yeah.
and I made a joke about how Norwegians are so much hotter than us.
Yeah.
And they were just like, There wasn't a laughter, there wasn't a self-deprecating, there wasn't a no. It was like, And I was like, yeah, cool. So maybe she just wants to go for the ego boost. Anyway, good for you, Ali. And then she says, which of your exes taught you to be so insightful? Sick burn, Ali. Turns out, though, Dean doesn't have any exes because he's the Six Flag of boys. People come for the ride, but they don't stay for a long time. It's very sad. And
it's giving trope.
It's giving trope, and I love it. And he's like, he puts his number in her phone and is like, if you ever want to go on a roller coaster after you've broken up with your boyfriend. And she's like, I hate roller coasters.
Again, I just think that's a trope that is not real. That kind of guy doesn't exist in real life. I have never met a guy who's sad that no one's ever wanted to commit to him because all they want is to use him for sex. That guy doesn't exist.
I think he exists.
Okay, describe him to me.
I think he does exist.
Do we know anyone?
I think
Name
there are
him.
a whole load of men who don't know how to go beyond the first part and get stuck in a pattern of that, and then also get rewarded for it, like in the same way that, like, I think, like, female thinness constantly gets, like, high fives and thumbs up and endorsed. I think that, like, being a bit of, like, a legend with men gets underscored, and then it's kind of tricky, I think, to be like, I'm finding the meaningless sex kind of makes me feel a bit abandoned afterwards, because everyone's like, yeah, dude, I can see how that happens.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind it, like, as problems go, it's one I'd take. It's one I'd take, but yeah. And so he says
the well of empathy you have for men, but also the way you talk about them, like as like sort of exotic zoo animals that you sort of herds of.
Well, that's the thing, is it's so easy for me to have empathy for them because I never have to interact with them. I'm like, in theory, I'm sure they're nice. I don't have any practice to prove it. And so I do sometimes feel like Ellen and I often say that to each other. It's like it does increasingly feel like men are a thing we have heard of. It's just not.
I've never been, but I hear great things.
Yeah, it sounds gorgeous. Saw the photos. Oh, I saw the photos. They had a gorgeous time. Now, he saves his number as Dean, and she changes it to do not call. So when we thought she was calling Sean, she was calling Dean all along. What do you mean? Well, that's fine. They cut to montage of that night where she calls him, and they meet while still talking on the phone in the middle of the street, and he's saying, I thought you didn't like roller coasters. And she's like, I don't like roller coasters. I fucking love them. And then they have, I think, the hottest sex scene in
Which
this series when he has her up against the wall.
Yeah, that was hot. You love to be up against the wall.
I love them to be up against the wall. I love walls. Yeah, why not?
She loves defying gravity.
It's so fun. And also, it's something that I think happens more in straight sex scenes. And it's so exciting. What a thrill that one person can lift the other up. How thrilling. Anyway, I can objectify you guys. Why not? So, you guys, there's probably no straight
I am famously a non-practicing bisexual. On Pride Month?
Honestly,
in Pride Month?
During that sex scene, I was like, she's finally getting to do June 11th or whatever. I was like, yes, he doesn't have to get out a calendar for reference. Thank God. So, oh, by the way, also from Dean, our 5-play, you must not ignore 4-play king.
Yeah.
We go straight to penetration. That's just a sidebar. We cut to they're having sex in the diner, and she's like, this is the last time.
Yeah.
And the first time she's like, this can only be a one-time thing. And then he's giving her head and sayshe's saying, this is the last time, while Hannah's on the sofa having sex with Garrett.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yep.
And then they're in the bath with a sex toy, with a pink vibrator or a pink dildo.
They're really trying to push the agenda that college girls are using toys a lot.
Yes,
which
and
is
that their
just
boyfriends are in no way threatened and actively encouraging with that. Which is not what I remember from Teen Boys, but sure. And then Tucker comes in and finds him with his sex toy, and she has to go down into the water, and then she comes back up out of the bath and is like, absolutely last time. Opening credits. I think that's a really fun montage. I really enjoyed it. Maybe because I think they're a hotter pair.
Yeah.
And so then Hannah's nervous about going to Garrett's house, and Ali gets in the car with for Thanksgiving, and Ali, we see her leave to get the bus, but actually she gets in a car share in the car of Bo, who's driving her and Dean back to New York. And I have never related to a character more than Dean when these two musical theater kids start talking about musicals they like, and then singing along to musicals all the way. I was like, my guy.
The thing
It's a tough ride.
The thing is, both of us absolutely hate that shit, and I would say that that's a tremendous waste of time, because we have surrounded ourselves with people who have a disproportionately high likelihood of doing that.
I've been in Dean's chair so many times, and he and Ali are flirting, texting, and he's like, Friday on the way back, it's a long way away, and it's very cute.
Because I say this a lot, largely stand-up comedians either come from musical theater or debate / Modern United Nations, and Catherine and I are debate kids.
Yes, we are.
But
yes, we
are surrounded ourselves with musical theater kids.
Well, there's no pictures of me in The King and I, and I'm glad about that. So I'm fine. That was my school's musical, an all-girls Irish convent school.
Oh,
I'm glad those pics don't exist.
Oh,
so,
Ewan did South Pacific. Relax.
Okay.
He was an American GI, but their drama teacher did force them all to get spray tans because it was more accurate to be in the South Pacific.
That's so funny. That is crazy. Okay, well, I mean, maybe it was a long winter in Scotland. So Ali's at her home. When she's on the phone to Hannah, we see why she was being distracted, and it was a text from Maverick, who we know to be Dean, and he invites her over, so she goes over to his family home, which it turns out is Christian Grey's apartment, inexplicably. And so that's cool, I guess. And she hands him her coat, which I love. It's real boss energy, and then is just like, I hate you, which is the correct response to this kind of wealth. And they have a nice wine that he says his parents won't miss, and she's like, this isn't a date, and he's like, okay. And they do the tour, and it's quite fun because although I don't believe that any teenager would be this incredibly like have such a grand sense of self as to be like, let's see your final move on the tour. Ali does say that to him, and he says ordinarily he takes them in to show them the piano and then plays Mad World because it's the only song he knows, and it's so funny and great. And also, I've definitely met that boy.
Oh, it would work on me.
Oh, me too.
It would
has.
work on me.
So what? And then she says, "What would you be doing if you like? We're just being normal. It's us. Like, what would you do if you were alone?" And I assumed it was going to be video games, but no. These are complicated boys. It's chess. Apparently, it's chess because that's what his family play, which is fine, right? Except that she then is as good at chess as him. And I'm like, get it. Listen, the writers are feminists. Maybe she is. But does she have to be? I just thought, why? Like, dial it down.
I have a lot of issues with the character of Ali, and that is not even in the top 3.
Oh, really? What are your issues with Ali?
Yeah. But I do. I see where you're coming from. I think it was more likely for Ali to perform the entirety of the musical chess rather than actually be good at chess.
Yeah, I'm like, of course, a posh boy who doesn't have the attention of his parents learns to play chess. It's probably the only way he can bond with his dad. But like, why is this musical theater kid who adores acting? Why does she have to be good at this as well? I was just a bit like, huh?
Well, okay, so I think a similar thing where it's like, I think there is this sort of really like route one approach to feminism, which is like a woman has to be all things.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas it's like, okay, well, are you saying that if she wasn't all things then that she would be weak? Why do you think not being all things is a weakness?
Yeah.
So that's how I feel, where they really try really hard to set her up as a free spirit, where she's like, I want to dance and I want to fuck and I want to go to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And then she's like, but I'm also a serial monogamous who's not a slut. And it's like, well, what are you then?
Yeah, and also like, okay, but then you have to draw the line of chess for me. I'm just like, manic pixie dream feminist is too much right now. It's too much. Anyway, she's gorgeous. Can't that be enough? His family are in St. Bart's, but he has to stay back because they have practice on Friday. She beats him at chess.
You know how it is.
They have chess across the sex across the chessboard. Of course they do. No one's worried about putting down the blinds in this scenario. And
or putting a pawn up your puss.
But they're going to wish they put down the blinds. Let me say that because the boys call, he's talking away, and Ali stands up and she sees herself in the window. And as you say, I think we're supposed to feel that, okay, I get that what the character actually thinks is that she feels bad that she is detracting from Hannah's romance and potentially hurting Sean. But really, the like overt subplot or like subliminal messaging is that she's some sort of whore because she had sex too soon after breaking up with a man who she broke up with, didn't cheat on, and who diminished her every outward expression of her dreams for herself. I don't.
It was.
It's kind of grim.
Yeah.
It's grim. Anyway, to this end, she's like,
I thought that the message was that she was wearing really nice lacy underwear with a gorgeous sort of broad that was.
Oh, you just thought she was thinking she's so pretty?
No, I was thinking.
Oh
she's
yeah,
so
no, I agree. That, and then listen, that's a lot of the messaging of this show. We'll talk about the red number later on. Oh boy. So yes, so she gets the hell out of there, and here comes the guilt, and it made me think of the time when Dean says, "Are you Catholic?" Because maybe that's later, but I'm like, she's giving Catholic. Hannah is playing acoustic guitar on Garrett's bed when he gets back from practice, which I'm sorry, but if that was a man, you'd be like, "Get out of here." He finds it endearing, lies down beside it. It's giving mummy. I don't like it. She's singing "Yellow, Yellow Haze." It's horrendous.
Yellow, yellow haze.
So much. He also dislikes it. And she then sings a song about how he hates her singing, but he loves her. And he's like, yeah, I do. I love you. And it's very cute. It's really nice. It's really nice. And she says it back, and then they have hot sex, and that's exciting. But they do, of course, fade away because
it's not heated rivalry.
Because it's not heated rivalry, and it's a shame. But wow, do we get a lot of hockey, especially in episode number 8. But I couldn't believe how much hockey was in that episode. Ali is sad and tells Hannah Sean is giving her space, which she's enjoying, but she must, and like assumes she should feel bad because she's enjoying it, because she obviously is fine with hurting people, and she's not like her mom who stayed with her dad forever. And you're like, oh my God, this is so intense. So we kind of start to see that holding on to a relationship is not just actually about slut shaming herself, but rather like aligning with her mother's vision for her that she thought she had for her life. Fine.
I think you're right on the money. This is the issue that I have with it. That in reality, has to be a conversation of whether she thinks like meaningless sex is slutty and what she has that relationship
Mhm.
with. But instead of having that real conversation, they're having a conversation of whether like she's a monogamist or not. And it's
Yeah.
like that's not the conversation.
I completely agree. And Hannah's like your team boyfriend. They do have some fun chats here where she's like 5K is a stupid distance for a race, and I do agree, Ellie. But we then go to truly one of the saddest dates I've ever seen, where sat side by side, Hannah and Garrett are having the all-you-can-eat buffet in the university canteen. Because that's what happens when you say "I love you, kids." The romance
spark is
dies.
gone.
Yeah, that's. I was like, "What is the lesson here?" And all the boys show up, and they think it's a lame date as well, and they're correct. And they talk about this Hurricanes fundraising event, which is the Little Canes are a local hockey team who support kids who are coming from underprivileged backgrounds. It's how Logan got into hockey. Why and how do I know all of this? I shouldn't. I simply don't need this level of intel, but I have it, so you're getting it. And they need something to hawk in this raffle, and Garrett doesn't want to call his dad, and John is really pushing him to. And they're also looking for a location. And Hannah happens to work at a diner, so we cut to the event where they're at the diner. And it's at Malone's, and Justin is playing Dirty Little Secret. And can I say, I want to be fair to Justin. I think he's killing it. I think Dirty Little Secret is his jam. This is the first time I'm like, oh, okay, so he can sing and play. Why didn't they just say that then?
Thank you for playing songs from our youth.
Yeah, I was like, this is a great cover of this.
Yeah, it's great, and it's a huge track. It's a huge tune.
I thought I finally get the appeal of Justin in this moment. I'm like, oh, okay, fine, fair enough. Dean and Allie are having a fun tete-a-tete, which I really enjoy, where they request songs for each other, and Garrett is talking plays and strategy in the diner while the puck bunnies are trying to get the hockey players' attention. And Allie's like, do you not mind that, to Hannah? And she's like, no, I trust him. But Allie obviously minds that Dean is getting a lot of attention. And Allie requests Just You in Your Hand Tonight for Dean. And it's
again a
so
song we're
fun.
meant to believe she knows.
Yeah, I know. But we know. And they know that we know it. And fair play to this show. Fair play.
Shout out Pink.
Shout out
Pink,
songs for
get
40-year-old
Doom
women.
Pink.
Yes, so good. And then he calls her and he's like, is that your answer? And she says, yes. And then it transpires that we learn slowly over this evening that the game they're playing the next day is very important because it's between them and the other team that could take the lead in this league they're in from St. Anthony's. And Hannah's working herself up simultaneously to tell Justin that his song sucks, but she doesn't quite know how to do it. And Dean is a very proficient MC, which I also find quite sexy. Just a little, I was like, this boy could call bingo. It's giving privately educated confidence.
It's giving Toastmasters.
It really is. It really is. And it then transpires Logan behind Garrett's back must have called Phil and got a...
Phil's Garrett's dad.
Yes, sorry, his vile dad.
Again, we're explaining this to people who have probably already seen the show.
Well, just in case. Shout out to my two friends who I know do listen to this without ever watching the television shows. They simply won't commit to that, but they will be here for the story, which I like it. And yeah, they got box seats and a meet and greet with Phil. And Garrett's like, why would you call him? And bearing in mind that Logan doesn't know what's going on with Garrett's dad, I do think he has a point when he's like, my mom's in rehab, we all have stuff, but I wouldn't be playing hockey. Like, do you even know what it costs to play hockey? You just got it all paid for, and you're some guy's son. I liked that they gave him some backbone in that. And then without having asked her permission, Justin plays Yellow Haze without telling Hannah he was going to.
And you know what? I think it slaps. I think it's a good song, and I think it's better than whatever the fuck Hannah ends up playing in the talent show. Sorry.
Okay, do disagree. They can both be bad. But Allie's face when she's like, yellow rain, like pee, j'adore. I love it. I love it so much. And then Hannah tells Justin it wasn't cool that he did that. And she's also like, we have to fix it. We have to make it better. And I think, again, I'm glad Justin gets a bit of a backbone and is like, dude, I thought it went great. And also, I put my heart into it. Stop, like, with all the feedback. I like what I made. If you don't feel like it reflects you, it's because you don't fucking write lyrics. He doesn't say it like that, but it's fair. And I really like it because I also think it is, maybe it's just the comic in me, but I was like, everyone's a critic, but if you want to, why don't you try making something then? I was like, yeah, man. Yeah. And then Dean says, into the mic, if there are any last minute changes of heart, just remember that the photo booth is out of order. And Ali meets him in there and says that every time that they hook up, she feels guilty. And that's when he's like, are you Catholic? And she says, no, I'm just a girl. I have to think about what everyone else feels before I can figure out what I feel. And I was like, that's
very
fair.
real. That's closer to
Yes.
what this is about.
Exactly. And then he says, tell me what you want, Alley Cat, because he calls her Alley Cat, and I don't know why I find it hot, but I do. And she says, not a relationship, just sex. Meet at mine in an hour. So.
And again, we are led to believe that all of these teenagers are perfectly capable of having no strings attached casual sex.
Yes, we are.
Even though every time they try, they fail.
We're also meant to believe that they all have some of the most expensive, bougie, incredible lingerie that I have ever seen. I was like, none of these girls are going braless. None of these girls have something that like they accidentally put in a wash with a black pair of trousers and now is grey forever. Nothing. Fine. I'm glad of it because the costume designer who chose the next look that Ali wears. Ooh. Thank you. Shout out.
And thanks for bringing that out because I do have some thongs in my rotation that I have had since genuinely high school. Yeah. And can I just shout out Victoria's Secret thong rhinestones because that shit is on with Gorilla Glue. I don't know what it's on. They've been washed hundreds of times and they're on. They're on. That's and impressive. I wear them to the gym mostly because it's like I don't care about my gym underwear. That could be like the gross underwear from high school.
You wear a thong to the gym?
Yeah.
Sorry, is your life exclusively yeast infections? What are you talking about?
Okay, I do. Look, whether or not my life is exclusively yeast infections is none of anyone's business. But I will say
that's between you, God, and your husband.
In some countries, it is not something you buy with a prescription. For example, India. So that's why women in their 30s love going to...
Stocking up. It's like the French chemist of the 20s.
Look, basically, the reason I wear them at the gym is because I don't enjoy wearing them for long periods of time, but I also love wearing fresh underwear to the gym. I'll go there for an hour, wear the thong for an hour, and then it's in the wash. Do you understand? Wow. But then the other underwear I wear for longer, so that's why that's not a thong.
Good for you, girl.
But anyways, the rhinestones stay on, and you know what? You could, when I wear... No one's asking. I'm just telling you.
No, I'm with you. Victoria's Secret. I have underwear from Victoria's Secret that I genuinely bought when I was 17, and I'm like, this is amazing. Like the fact that it's expanding with me. It's sticking. It's like staying to pattern. It's got its rhinestones on. Yeah, fair play.
And when I put the leggings on, I like because it feels like Braille. Read my hips.
Don't invite people to do that because they'll try. What I want to say is that before we get to the underwear, which we will in more detail. How in more detail? You'll see. Hannah is writing in the cafe and on a little piece on a napkin, which we know means this girl's on to something. And Garrett says he's going to go, so he goes home. And after she tells him that Justin and I broke up, which is a fun line of dialogue. I think that's a fun thing to say to your boyfriend. And something unnerving to me at least happens, which is that Hannah's basically like, why don't you tell Logan about what happened with your dad? And which, very good idea. Men need therapists and friends. Very good idea. It might also clear the air about this mishap and help you communicate with each other. But also in my mind, world in which, like, I think a lot of girlfriends have had that conversation where you're like, what if I wasn't the only person that you lent on for your emotional needs, my guy? And he says a very toxic sentence, which is, why would I need to? That's why I have you. Yeah. And I'm like, no, that's a 19-year-old girl. Leave her alone. She can't be everything to you, my guy.
But again, accurate representation.
Completely. And then... meanwhile, in their flat, Ali is in the most incredible red two-piece lace with a gorgeous silky kimono. She opens the door and Dean reacts exactly how you would want to be reacted to if you're a woman. I think he's just like, every time he sees her in underwear, he's like, woohoo! This is awesome! How is this my life? Which is correct. And they fuck, and that's nice. And then he takes a little second look when she kicks him out because Hannah's coming home for a girls' night. It's all gorgeous stuff. Then a second knock comes after she's kicked him out. Immediately, so she thinks, of course she does. She sees his jacket. He's forgotten his jacket. She picks up his jacket. She goes to the door. It's your favorite.
Josh Groban. There you go.
I was like, surely.
It is.
It's Sean.
Music's Josh Groban. Yeah,
it's Sean. And she says, you forgot your jacket. And she's in underwear. And he gives voice to all of the guilt she was already feeling by being like, we just broke up. Really? We just broke up. which is horrible and hard. And then he says quite a cutting. He says, and I do like this about teenage television shows, is that they always say the thing that in reality you actually would think of on the way home. Because he's like, you just can't be alone, can you? And I'm like, I do believe he would think that, but I believe he would think that by the time he gets back to his own room. But it's pretty harsh.
I don't know, because again, this is why my frustration with this is that they're pretending it has something to do with her not wanting to be alone, or pretending this has anything to do with her serial monogamy, when in reality he'd be slut shaming her.
Oh yeah, 100%. And he is. And in reality he is, and she's
There's like a
slut-shaming
fake
herself.
moral high ground to being like, you can't be alone, can you? When in reality it's like, no, you're just butthurt that she's having sex with someone else.
Yeah, after you were horrible to her the whole time and didn't listen to her sexual needs, her emotional needs. Anyway. Hannah, we cut back to Hannah then, and she finds out from someone, I'm not sure who, that I can't remember, that Aaron Delaney, who it transpires we now at this point can infer is her rapist, is playing for St. Anthony's, who they're playing the next day. And she starts to panic and starts to run home, and then can't keep running and gets really panicky and ends up sort of on the floor. And as we see that, it's intercut with the boys going like out onto the ice, and she just is on the ground having a panic attack. And then it ends the episode with Graham and Delaney facing off on centre ice. And I'll tell you what, A, it's a heavy story, but B, I was like, play next episode, play next. So well done on the algorithm, but also, ooh, heavy stuff.
Yeah, somehow I was like, you gave me all the ingredients, but I'm still surprised that it ended up here.
Yeah, me too. Oh my God, yes. Yeah, I thought it was well done. And I thought her running and then panicking and then not being able to breathe was very well done.
Which leads us to episode 7, which I thought was the best episode in the series, which we'll be discussing on our next episode.
Bye. Oh, wait. Hang on. Best bit of dialogue?
I think everything between Ali and Dean is probably quite cute.
Yeah, I do think the song choice of Just You and Your Hand Tonight, I was like, yes. Why
Horniest
not?
you felt?
Just You and Your Hand Tonight. I was like, you know what I felt the horniest is when he laughed at that instead of being like a teenage boy about it. Instead of being like, oh, he was just like, okay, you cared enough to do it. That's cool. I was like, all right. Dean, I'm increasingly into. Sorry.
It's the really clearly dyed hair that's... Someone's got to touch up his roots.
That's my type. He has my girlfriend's hair. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
And if you have thoughts on Off Campus, we do want to hear them. And you can email us at tonsilhockeypodcast@gmail.com. And we'd love to hear from you. Also, if you want to hear more, we have extra episodes on Patreon, loads of past episodes, but also lots of us reading the books. We're not necessarily doing them in the order that you might want from Heated Rivalry, but we are doing them. And that's got to count for something. Okay, love you. Bye.